What's up? How's it going, hockey fans, Kraken fans out there? Oh my goodness. Welcome to the Postgame Rapid Reaction Show tonight. Game 4 ends in overtime with the Kraken winning. I'm just like, I'm going out of my mind. We are going crazy downstairs. It's just an insane finish to this game. Quite a battle from the Kraken. Great to have you guys live here tonight. And we raise up that Kraken towel. The legend awakens, and they keep it going tonight. That means we're going to get a Game 6 in Seattle, you guys. And in dramatic fashion, we've got a tied series, 2-2. Going to go back to Colorado, see what we can do on the road. Wow. I got to catch my breath for a second here. Thanks for being here on the live stream. Okay, so we're going to go back to Colorado for Game 5. Not going to face elimination, so that's good news. And we've got some life in this series. Dramatic finish tonight. Climate Pledge Arena, absolute fire on Saturday. Again, tonight. Just, I mean, I wasn't in the stadium tonight. I was watching on TV, but I could hear it. I could feel it through the broadcast. I watched both Root and on the national broadcast as well, and the crowd came through on both broadcasts. It's 2-2. We got a tie series against the defending champs. You guys, thanks for being here. Okay, Ty's correcting me on the poll here. Let's see. Said poll should be not. Will nothing happens postseason for that? Well, okay, fair enough. But I had to ask the question. It did feel like a pretty dirty hit to me. We're going to talk about Cale Makar. I wasn't too thrilled about it, but yeah, you know, we'll see. Okay, let's talk about it tonight. 2 for the Avalanche, 3 for the Kraken, the third one in overtime in dramatic fashion. Wow. How are you guys feeling out there tonight? I'm just on the edge of my seat the entire evening, jumping up and down. Filling up the chat now. Thanks for being here live, you guys. Like I said, I'm trying to catch my breath a little bit, put the graphics together for the post stream. Glad to have you here. It is history in motion for the Kraken. The family here, we got to watch it, and we were pretty much just out of our minds there through the end of the game. Going into overtime, a little bit of nerves, obviously, for a lot of people, us included. We've watched a lot of these overtime games over the years, but the Kraken get it done. Pretty amazing. Let's talk about it. Let's take your reaction in the chat. We're going to answer that poll question. I said, should Cale Makar be suspended for the cheap shot on Jared McCann? We'll see. Who knows what'll happen? Player safety department not usually. They don't get too active in the postseason, but this one felt a little different just because of the fact that it felt like, to me, the head was targeted. Cale Makar kind of whipped the head into the glass. It was after the whistle. There was nothing clean about that hit, is what I'm saying. So we'll see. Maybe they'll take a look at it. The refs did reduce it to 2 minutes after initially calling it a 5-minute major. But I don't know. I don't know what goes on as far as what's happening in the referees' brains or what happens at Department of Player Safety. So we'll see what happens, but it could be a huge turning point in this series if the Kraken are without McCann the rest of the way and Cale Makar gets to play in the next game. Doesn't seem too fair to me, but I don't get to call those in the postseason. Those are up to the people that are in charge of the league. I wasn't too thrilled with the refs tonight, but I try not to complain about it too much. I did post on Twitter that I might have some words for Cale Makar, but like I said, I try to keep it clean here. And we'll see. As we get into the recap, maybe the emotions will come out. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the chat. Let's take some comments here as we get into the stream. Ty says, poll is should, not will. Nothing happens postseason. Trevor, 216. I don't know what that comment means, but that's okay. Maybe if you can give me a little bit of extra info on that. I'm like, there's a lot going on right now. Sorry if I'm not catching your drift on that. Donna says, hello, sir. I know you was happy that you Kraken won in overtime to the Avalanche. Yes, happy is an understatement, Donnell. Thanks for being here. So glad to be able to kind of recap this for you guys live. In a historic moment for the Kraken. I know it's really late on the East Coast, so thank you again for logging in. Hopefully everything's coming through good. I rushed up here and turned on the stream real quick, and hopefully we're good to go. Gregory Vini, so glad I was able to go to the game. That's awesome. Gregory, the atmosphere was electric. I don't know if you were there on Saturday, but I could hear it coming through the broadcast tonight, Gregory. So amazing that you got to see the Kraken make history, their first playoff win, and in dramatic fashion, again, in overtime, over the defending Stanley Cup champions on the power play, right? We've needed that power play to come through. It did tonight, and we got the win out of it. Donnell also says, oh, by the way, I saw that clip of your wife at the game getting spray painted. So that was actually a delayed post because that was from the game on Saturday. I just posted it today. I didn't have time leading up to that. But yes, thank you for checking that out. That was a really cool moment. She had wanted to get her face painted, and they do it like for free. Obviously, they take tips and donations, but another great reason to get out to the Kraken games, to get your kids face painted, all the fun activities out there. So if you haven't been to a Kraken game yet, or a Kraken playoff game yet, guess what? We've got another one guaranteed. Game 6 is going to happen for your Kraken, no matter what. Doesn't matter if we lose in Colorado. It'd be nice to come home and try to clinch it against them, but we'll see what happens. Donnell says, I did watch the game. Good game that was. Definitely. It was amazing. Game 6 is on my birthday. Oh my gosh, Gregory. We'll have to get you a shout out on the Twins at Climate Pledge Arena. Egginator says, W. That's what I'm talking about. I'll raise up the Kraken, the Flannel Fury, as Paul Buxton was saying. The legend awakens, and the crowd was awake tonight. We're going to wave it around. Look, woo! Let's go, Kraken! Okay, enough of that. Eddie says, I demand a suspension. Yeah, we're not very happy about it. I don't know if it's going to be a suspension. I feel like that as a Kraken fan, but I want to look at the replay a few times. I know Allison Lucan was pretty not wound up. She was pretty deliberate in what she had to say about it at intermission. I was wound up about it. I'm glad I wasn't on the broadcast because I was pretty upset. I had some things to say under my breath and out loud, but it just felt dirty to me. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think it will be a suspension. I would like for it to be a suspension because I feel like it was dirty. And Cale Makar knew exactly what he was doing. He looked right over at the ref as he did it and after he did it. Direct eye contact, expecting to be penalized. So we knew he was in the wrong right away. It was late. He did hear the whistle because he stopped and then he went through the player in the corner. So I can go on and on about it. So bring it. If you're a Colorado Avalanche fan, you cannot defend that. That was BS. And that's all I'm going to say for now. We'll get into it in the recap. Donnell, local matchup between the Devils. Rangers, didn't watch it. I was at work, but the Devils even the series. So some entertaining series going on the Eastern Conference side of things. The road team has won every game in that series. Really interesting stuff. Ty says, playoffs wide, there's a ton of controversy on the stripe wearers. Yes, and it's really disappointing. Every postseason, we see this year after year. The league just cannot. I don't know if they like the drama and they like the controversy. Maybe they do because it stirs headlines and it gets people kind of intense about things, but it's inexcusable when you see this kind of stuff year after year, and it feels like it's gotten worse, honestly. I've been watching hockey a long time, so that's the other thing. A few people chiming on Twitter about being noobs and this and that. By the way, we've had hockey in the Seattle market for over 100 years, so yeah, we're not noobs. We've been doing this a long time. We've got a lot of teams in Washington State and just across the border, by the way. So yeah, there's a lot of new fans, which is great, but a lot of us have been watching hockey for a long time. We know what a penalty is. We know what a cheap shot is. Thank you very much. Next comment, Gregory, the Devils Rangers series is lit. I really want to tune into more of these. I've also, like Donnell, I've been at work for these. I haven't been able to tune in, but yes, definitely going to check it out. Okay, Trevor chiming back here saying 2 wins out of 16 needed for the cup. That's right. I'm sorry, and I do know that. I just got lost track there, and I talk about this, and we're going to move on here real quick because thank you, Trevor, for the reminder, because what we have to do is very important here, guys. We get to move the check mark. This is my favorite part of the stream. Thank you, Trevor, for the reminder. Here we go. We're going to move the check mark into the checkbox because we tied the series against the defending champs. Here we go. Let's drag it over to the checkbox. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. There we go. 2-2. And we're going back to Colorado with the chance to take the lead against the defending cup champs. I'm getting caught up in my words tonight. I'm just pumped up right now. Okay, Eddie C saying, Ellie shut down tonight, 0 shots. Yes, and that's something to track. I do think that line's been great defensively. They've had great energy. I thought I'd have to look at the metrics a little bit, but they haven't given up a lot. Yanni Gord has been fantastic, but I would like to see Ellie get on the shot clock. Stryatic, good to see you too. Daniel Sprong, huge power play minutes tonight. Huge game for Daniel, and the team needed it, and we'll talk about this in the breakdown. Daniel Sprong got that power play goal right when we needed that extra cushion because the Avs just have this tendency to come back in games. You saw the stat on the broadcast as well if you're watching the national feed. I think it was like 22 games or something like that they've come back in the playoffs. Just absurd across the board. But yes, oh my goodness, I'm going to keep taking your guys' comments. Thank you for being on the stream. Like I said, I'm trying to catch my breath because I'm going through it as a fan as well. Thanks for being here, you guys, and it sure does feel good. I'm just going to maximize this on my screen. I don't know if you can see it if I switch to the other camera, but it really is nice to see those 2 check marks in the box for Seattle. Tied series in Game 4. Unbelievable. Historic moment for Seattle. Take it all in, and glad to have you guys here on the stream. Let's talk about it. Again, please answer the poll question. Let's look at the results so far. Do you think Cale Makar should be suspended for the cheap shot on Jared McCann? Because I'm going to keep calling that what it was. It was a cheap shot. We know that is true. So far, no surprise, Kraken fans, at least everybody on the live streams tonight, saying 90% yes. So that's 10% for the no. Please tell me if you voted no. I'd love to hear your opinion. I won't yell at you, I promise. I do like to hear differing opinions on this. I might yell at Cale Makar if he logged in tonight, but I love Cale Makar. I love watching that guy play. He's an amazing hockey player. It's just like you don't need to go through a guy's head like that. I don't like it. It was dirty. Ty says the Makar hit was dirty due to the hand smashing Canner's head into the glass. If it were just a hip after the play, or like a shoulder, right? Or something less directed at the head, it would be a different story. Dirty is dirty. 100% agree, Ty. We are on the same page about it. We texted during the game. You know how I feel about it. I've dialed down my anger a little bit because we won, but I'm concerned because we're going to maybe go through the rest of this without our top goal scorer, and that's bad for the NHL, right? You don't need to see teams in the playoffs without their top scorers. Joe Pavelski also, that was questionable. It was pretty borderline, but in general, like you want the top stars, you want the guys for each team to be in the game playing. It's just like in the NFL. You want the quarterbacks in the game, so they crack down on it there. But yeah, you also do want the physicality. I understand that. There's 2 sides to the coin, but just felt dirty to me, and I think there should be some repercussions. We will see, though. All right, quick look at the rosters here. Keep the comments coming, you guys. I do appreciate you being here. I'm going to continue to pop you up on the screen. Any thoughts you have, I'd like to hear where you're logging in from and your 3 stars on the night. We're going to get through the recap. We're going to look at the stats and also look at kind of things going forward here. The Avs, a little bit of a different look. Again, tonight, I believe it was the exact same lineup as Game 3 on Saturday. Nichushkin, the most notable difference there, not tonight, but just in general, out of the lineup. Really no comment from the team on there. Had to leave Seattle quickly due to some personal reasons and circumstances. No official word on that, but it sounds like he might be out for an indeterminate length. Darren Helm not able to go again tonight, and Jack Johnson a scratch as well. So the same lineup for the Avs. Actually, I think they did change up maybe the combos just a little bit, but yeah, that top line with Lehkonen, McKinnon, and Rodriguez was great. Rantanen, again, great tonight, but the Kraken overcome. Let's look at their roster real quick. We don't have to look at it too long because it was exactly a duplicate copy of the game prior. Froden scratched, Grubauer, of course, in net, and the big boys up top, Beniers, Eberle, and McCann. Eberle with the historic game-winning goal in overtime. And I think I yelled Eberle probably 10 times in a row when he scored that. I'm just running around screaming. Maybe I should do a live stream during the game so you could see how ridiculous I act. But yeah. Okay, some more comments here as we go through. Let's go. Donnell says, Islanders versus Hurricanes. Didn't watch it. Also at work on Sunday, but awful. Yeah, Islanders were bad in that one. Hurricanes, they look like the stronger team. They should win that series. Ty says, that should have been 5 on Cale Makar. Regular season, that's a gamer. And I don't understand, and I'll get into this in the recap, but they look at the replay. What is it that they saw in the replay that made them decide that it wasn't a major, which was what the initial call was on the ice? Did they look at the replay and say, oh, it's Cale Makar. Okay, that's why. There's no other, okay, I'm going to stop because I'm going to get angry. You don't want to see Squatch angry on the live stream. Do you agree that the refs have been terrible? Yes, I definitely agree. I better catch up here. We're getting behind. That type of hit needs to be suspendable next year if they don't consider that already. Yeah, 100% agree. I don't want to see guys like Jared McCann not playing in the playoffs because Cale Makar whips his head into the boards intentionally after the whistle. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, not biased at all. They have had too much influence, Donnell. Yes, I've seen too many games decided in the playoffs this year because of referees. It's irritating. Sounds like Toronto has a chance to get past the first round. Hold on, Eddie. I don't know if you've watched Toronto the last 400 years. I don't know if that's accurate, but they haven't made it out of the first round. They find ways to lose series. They choke it away. But yeah, they do have a good chance this year. They got that overtime win today. Let me know, what did you guys see in the other games tonight on the scoreboard? Also, I want to hear those 3 stars for the Kraken because I'm going to get to the official ones. Going to go through the recap a little quicker tonight so we get to the stats and the 3 stars and look ahead at the series as we go here. And I want to take all of your comments because that's the best part of this live stream is having you guys live with me and chiming in the chat. Ty says, whoa, they have blown 3. Yeah, agree. Yep, talking to Eddie about the Leafs. They definitely know how to blow series. I know that you only watch Kraken games, but you haven't watched. No, I do. Donnell, I watch as much as I can. I watch the highlights every morning, and I tune into the other games throughout the evening. There's a couple series I haven't been able to tune into as much, but I'm fully dialed as much as I can be here in the playoffs. Ty says, Sprong is a designated hitter. You don't want him out there playing anything but offense. Yes, Hack has made it work, though, and that goal tonight was absolutely nasty. Yeah, it was barred down. We're going to talk about this in the recap. Avs really all over on Tolvi, and they do. The secret is out on Tolvanen, but maybe if they focus more attention on him, that's going to give Yanni Gourde a little chance to do his thing as well. Ty says that, the hardest thing for me, man, Avs fan for 20 years. I have a Makar Cup jersey in my closet. Never hated him so much in my life. Yeah, no, I get it, and I've got Sharks jerseys in my closet, and all of us have that are Seattle fans probably have prior affiliations, and you know what? Even if we don't, it's okay to root for whatever team you want to root for, whatever jersey you want to wear. That's totally fine. But yeah, the emotions, they'll go up and down in the playoffs, and just because you root for a team or a guy doesn't mean you can't be dissatisfied with something they did in a game, and I really didn't like that. I've seen a couple of plays from Makar and McKinnon here in this series that I'm not too thrilled about. I'm not sure I like that too much. Shiny, stop saying anything happening. Anything fun happened tonight. I don't know. I didn't see anything. I didn't get excited. I wasn't jumping up and down on the couch. I wasn't celebrating the first ever Kraken overtime win in their history against the defending Stanley Cup champs. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. Nothing going on in Seattle. And definitely nothing going on in Seattle. For Gregory Vini's birthday, Game 6 is going to happen at Climate Pledge Arena. Another game in Seattle. Oh, man, that's going to make Nate McKinnon, so cranky he has to play an extra game in this series. Too bad for him. Stradix says, Sprong, elite playmaker on the overtime goal. I'm a little salty tonight, by the way, just because I'm angry. So I'm letting it come out. Hopefully I'm not being too salty, but I'm pretty pumped right now. I'm allowed to have some emotions over here at Sasquatch NHL. Did they give the details on Canner's injury? They didn't say much, but it was pretty obvious that, it was to the head. Best guess is, a concussion. So we'll see. They'll probably have to announce if he's going through concussion protocol. I do think that is required. So probably in the morning we'll find out. Maybe even during the presser right now. If you guys know, let me know and share the information right here on the live stream. Johnny says, go Kraken. Absolutely. Live stream would be a riot. Ty, you don't even know. I'm pretty calm on these. You know how it goes. If I set up I even asked Nicole, I was like, hey, what if we set up a camera in the living room? That's where we watch. It's downstairs. She was like, nope, absolutely not happening. I did not sit for 3 hours tonight, or three and a half. I was standing the entire time. I don't do that at the games. I'm not the person that stands up in the seats during the games, but at home, I can't sit down for this. It's incredible. Do you think Jonesy will get a start this series? As of right now, Eddie C., I would say absolutely not. Grubauer has been amazing. We'll talk about that. Get into the setup just a little bit here. Thanks again for commenting and chiming in on the stream, you guys. But yeah, Jonesy came into the evening with a 917 save percentage, I believe. I think I wrote, yes, 917 save percentage. And he has come up with huge saves at key moments. Absolutely no reason to give Jones a start at this point, unless... I just don't see it happening. That's just my honest opinion. I have great respect for what Jones did this year and helped backstop them at really key critical moments to get to the playoffs. But this is Gru's series. You let him roll with it. We are now tied 2-2, and I don't see any reason, unless he completely gets washed out in Game 5, maybe give him a little rest and let Jonesy spell him. But I let Gru go the entire way this series. Ty kind of agrees. No way, Eddie. This is Gru's show. They probably saw the initial point of contact wasn't head. Sure, yeah. Not that matters when he knocks the head into the glass. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't the initial hit. It was the follow through and he was very determined in that finish. The way he whipped the head, and you can go watch it in slow mo. As he does that, he immediately looks over at the ref, and Makar knew what he was doing. Maddie getting cross-checked in the off the face-off there early on didn't make me so happy either. I think they called a penalty on that, didn't they? Right off of the face-off. First home playoff win. Haha, I know, Mike. I've sat with you. You also know how much of a mess I am. Yes. All the emotions come out when we get together. Egginator, would you rather play the Stars or the Wild? I'm not going to talk about any of that just yet, Egginator. I like how you think. Got a plan for the future, but we got to live in the now. We got a lot of work to do in this series. We need 2 more games. Just like, I think it was Eddie C. was saying, 2 out of 16. You need 4 to advance. We got those 2 check marks, but we need 2 more. You guys, let's get into the recap. Keep the comments coming. I'm going to break the game down for you real quick here. Get into the notes. Oh my gosh, I better take a drink of water too before we recap. No surprises in net. Again, Gru coming in 971 percentage. Save percentage. Georgiev, not as good in the save percentage, but he's made really key saves for the Avs. And that crowd at Climate Pledge Arena. Holy moly. Full throat right away. As we all expected. Good start from Seattle. And right away, a dangerous hit by Nieto. So it wasn't just Makar. Nieto, also a dangerous hit on Jordan Eberle. Really lucky he didn't get hurt on that play. So Kraken, they get a power play to kick things off just a minute 20 into the game. And they do some good work on that power play. A couple of good chances early, getting it to the net. But then they struggled with entries on the back half of that man advantage. But really exciting start to the game. Moments later, great forecheck. Kraken, how many times have we seen this? The forecheck causes a turnover, the puck comes up to Adam Larson, he sends it down to William Borgen, or sends it across, William Borgen, and Borgatron with the howitzer, Kraken strike. First goal, 1-0, and then immediately after that, on the face-off, that's where the Avs took a penalty. Kraken go right back to the power play. Kraken in 7. Whoops, Kraken in 7. All right, Ty, we'll get to your comment too. Let's go. Okay, so Seattle with 10 shots in the first 5 minutes. Kraken also playing really physical, aggressive hockey tonight. Yanni Gourde leading the way, in my opinion, in that department as the leader. Yanni for captain. He had a big hit on Byram. Yanni wanted to drop the gloves, but Byram what did I write here? Byram swiped left. He's not into Yanni, apparently. Wow. I write some things down. Okay. And then moments later, great pass from Beniers. He feeds McCann, and this is where shit happens. McCann on the breakaway doesn't score. The puck goes out of play. You hear the whistle, and then Makar doing the damage late. Whips McCann's head into the boards, a complete cheap shot, and it was right in front of the referee, so they call it a major on the ice very clearly. They even announce it over their little speaker, and then they review it and reduce it to 2 minutes for interference. Okay, whatever. Like I said, I think maybe they saw who committed the penalty on the replay and said, "Oh, it's Cale Makar." Yeah, no, that's just 2 minutes. We'll let Department of Player Safety look at that one. So the Kraken lose Jared McCann potentially for the rest of this series. What a joke. What a joke. But the good news is here, the Kraken respond. They make Colorado pay on the power play. Justin Schultz to Daniel Sprong. Bar down, and Seattle has a 2-0 lead. Suck it, Cale Makar. Maybe that was a bit much. And I said earlier I wasn't going to swear, and I'm going to stick to that. But sometimes it comes out. But, yeah. Not cool, Cale. What is that? An energized period from Seattle, but obviously the fallout is losing. Jared McCann now probably got a concussion. You got to wonder if that's going to be reviewed. Maybe a suspension coming. Right. Like, why? Okay, second period now. Seattle starts on the power play of this period. Nothing comes out of that, but they keep the pressure coming. Ryan Donato. Great job from Donato tonight. Steps into McCann's shoes, moving up to the top line. Because Jared McCann has a concussion because of Cale Makar. So Donato had to play on the top line. Avalanche with 8 shots. Only 8 shots. 5.5 minutes into the second period. So not great from them. But then they turn it on. Drew did have a big save there. Avalanche clustering chances together, about 13 minutes left in the second. And the physical aspect of this game just kind of kept going up. Kraken all over the Avs, laying the lumber when they could. Avs, a lot of stick work from the Avalanche, it felt like. And then at times they would just fall down. But 5:15 left. Kraken have control. They fumble it at the top of the zone. Avs take it on the breakout in transition. And the Kraken, right? This is where Mikko Rantanen just steps to the side there on Winberg. He delivers, makes it 2-1. Great job by Rantanen, but Kraken a little bit weak at the top of their offensive zone there with puck control. And then after this, Borgen, that's where he gets called for holding, and that's a weak-ass call too. That was garbage. The guy just, where did he go? He fell down. Borgen, breathed on him. Give me a break. Colorado blessed with the power play by the NHL refs at 2:47 left in the second. So a big moment here, in the Avalanche bring extreme pressure. Kraken trying to hang in there, but it's not enough. Rantanen, again, with 49 seconds left in the second, ties the game. Holy moly, we go to the third period, and Ryan Donato, again, can't sing his praises enough. Georgiev, also great for the Avs, looking really strong. We go about 8 minutes into the third there. Adam Larson gets the stick up, called for high sticking. Kraken have to kill a penalty here, and this was a massive penalty kill for Seattle. Brandon Tanev led the way on this shorthanded moment. He had a great block with his leg, feeling the pain, but he clears the puck. So great work by Turbo. Kraken pressure, about 9 minutes left in the third. Big chance, trying... They just try to shove Georgiev into the net with the puck. It looked good to me. May as well try. But yeah, that's not a goal. So we go to the last couple minutes. A lot of scrambling, some tense moments. Big hit from Tolvanen, so maybe, not on the score sheet, but he's being physical. Both teams looking a little gassed here, late in the third. So we go to overtime, you guys, and I was nervous. It felt like the Avalanche were just bringing the pressure. Really intense start to overtime. But what do you know? Kraken counter. Quickly, they break up the ice. Jaden Schwartz on the left wall, all alone. He gets tripped. And Seattle goes to the power play. And we've been talking about this since the series preview video I put out. I said the Seattle Kraken are going to have to break through on the power play. And tonight, they did it twice. And Jordan Eberle wins it in overtime for the Kraken. History in motion, y'all. 3-2 Kraken. We get the dub. We tie the series. And my graphics messed up there, but it doesn't matter. Actually, it does, because I want you to see that Jordan Eberle scored the goal. There he is. Do these kind of things. Overtime goal. Jordan Eberle. Do you see it? Do you see it, Colorado? We beat you guys. After you took out our top goal scorer on a cheap shot play, the series is tied, and we got a chance to take the lead. Colorado. Wow. Okay, let's take a few more comments here. A little wound up tonight. How can you not be? This is craziness. The Seattle Kraken have tied the series. Oh my gosh. All right, Striatic says... Wait, let's go back up a little bit here. Why did the Avs come out so goonish? I don't understand it, honestly. Why did they think that was the right play for them? After taking the series lead, being relatively pacifistic, I don't get it either. It was very, very unpoised, in my opinion. I tweeted this tonight, too. I think it was at second, maybe first intermission. I said the Kraken had a 2-0 lead. It smelled like moody teen spirit. Just felt like the Avs were not in control of their emotions tonight, and it might cost them. Cale Makar could very well be suspended for one game. I would doubt it would be a multi-game suspension, but if it's going to be a suspension, probably a one-gamer, and then you got to play Game 6 without your star, Cale Makar, on the back end. Who knows? What if Seattle takes a series lead and then has a chance to eliminate the defending champs in Seattle in Game 6? Who would have thought that? Who knows? But yeah. Okay, uses his hand to slam the head. Total crap. Yes, absolutely. Egginator said, Kraken in 7 is my prediction. I love it. Thank you, Egginator, for providing your prediction. And let's hope it comes true. I would prefer it in 6, but yeah. Stradek says, yeah, but they were goony even before that. Boarding on Eberle. Yes, that was the Matt Nieto hit. Cross-check to Matty's face right on the face-off there. Both called penalties, but they kept at it. And I saw a lot of other stick work that wasn't called, and then the refs were calling the soft stuff, like that one on Borgen. That was just garbage. Everybody saw him fall down after he got breathed on. I mean, come on. Come on, Colorado. You're the defending champs. You're going to fall down like that, and you're going to take... I'm just getting wound up. Okay, we're moving on. Why did they start it? Why keep at it? It's bizarre and ill-advised. I totally agree. Avs out-hit us in one of their... in one of their wins. Yeah, I feel like we've held up really well physically. I came into this series, I talked about this, maybe not on the channel as much, but to me, Seattle is a finesse team, but they do have some elements of grit, some veterans, some leadership on this team, so I thought they would be able to withstand tough moments. I wasn't sure how well they were going to do physically. Obviously, McCann, what can he do on that hit? But the Seattle Kraken have stood up to this team. They've played more poised, I think, than the Avalanche. You've seen it in the post-game press conferences. You've seen Nate McKinnon. He was frustrated after Game 1. I bet he's frustrated. I bet those guys are frustrated after this loss tonight. After everything they pulled out, and all of the crap that they pulled on the ice. What a stinker for Colorado. Sucks to be an Avs fan tonight, and I don't feel bad for that team at all because they were dirty, and they took out our top goal scorer. So good luck in Game 5. And you know what? Seattle has nothing to lose. Even if the Avs go on and win the next 2, I'm pretty proud of the Seattle Kraken this year because they've stood up for themselves and they've battled really hard. They battled their butts off tonight, and they got a great result, a historic result in overtime for the Seattle faithful. Let's get into the game stats, you guys. Keep the comments coming here. We're going to wind the stream down tonight. It is 11 o'clock. Not too late here on the West Coast, but I know on the East Coast it's late, so if you're still there, thank you for being there. Or catch it in the replay. Leave some comments in the replay. Shiny Stuff says, on this episode of Spice Squatch, for real though, this is what it's all about. Totally agree. Right? Just being raw. This is why I call it rapid reaction. Usually things are pretty calm here, pretty chill. I'm not quite, I'm no Steve Dangle or anything like that. I'm not going to ever pretend to be that, but yeah, I'm going to put it out. This is how I feel. This is what's going on in the Squatch brain tonight. I did not like that hit on Jared McCann. But yeah, thanks for being here, Shiny Stuff. This has been a fun one. Love having you guys here. Let's keep it going. Shots on goal. 42 shots for Seattle tonight. 22 for Colorado. 56% face-off percentage for Seattle, and that was huge. They won really key defensive zone face-offs tonight, which, Colorado had used to their advantage earlier in the series. The game, just prior, actually 2 games before that, really 2 big goals came off of face-offs. And, the Colorado goals are coming in like these clusters, right? So Kraken playing pretty steady, getting through it. 1 for 5 on the power play tonight, but no, that's not right. It must not have updated because Eberle's was a power play goal, right? Let me look at that real quick. Gotta go look. Pretty sure they were. I thought they had 2 power play goals. It's Daniel Sprong, unless the time expired and it was like right at the end of it. No, yeah, it's 2 for 5. So the graphic on the screen is incorrect for the Kraken. They were 2 of 5 and 1 for 3 for Colorado. But Mikko Rantanen, oh my goodness. 52 hits for Seattle and 26 blocked shots. Only 3 giveaways for each team. So it's good. Good for Seattle. I mean, I would prefer to see Colorado turn it over more, but until tonight, there was no consequence to going on the penalty kill for the Avs. Easy to be Goonie. Absolutely right. So tonight, you made them pay. Talked about that over on Twitter as well. The call on Borgen was total crap. When you pinch someone's hand under the arm, they can't do anything. Led to the second goal. Yep. Thanks for all the comments tonight, Ty. Appreciate all the support. Shiny Stuff, Striatic, Eddie C. Got a lot of people. Donnell, Gregory, Eganator, of course. There was one more. Trevor L. Thanks for being here, you guys, on the stream tonight. And keep it going here through the postseason. And I'm going to try to get some sleep tonight. I don't know how I'm going to, because I'm going to go rewatch the highlights now. I'm going to rewatch the highlights of every game. It never stops in the playoffs. Shots by period. Look at that. First period for Seattle. 18 shots in the first, 12 in the second. So just a relentless barrage there. Seattle all over Colorado. And that's what I'm saying. Colorado, they find these quick bursts to come back and tie the game, but they haven't started well. And now they've had to resort to some pretty goony hockey, as Striatic said. And it got him into trouble tonight, and the Kraken made him pay, and the Kraken stayed more poised when I thought they probably could have lost their minds a little bit because their top scorer got taken out. And, over time, it felt like the Avs were in control super early there, but the Kraken didn't shy away, and they took control, brought it up ice, and they got the win. 42 shots total for Seattle, 22 for the Avs. Laugh out loud. Sleep, please. Michael Hyde, what's up? Good to have you on the stream as well. Says, let's go Kraken. Let's win this series. I'm going to hold this up one more time. They had another towel at the arena tonight, but this is the one I got on Saturday. And I was so thankful to be there. It was an incredible environment. The place was shaking. I can't even express to you how loud it was in that arena. The energy. Ty, you really need to consider coming up for that next game. I'm going to be 100% with you. Michael says, let's win this series for McCann. And, something to monitor going forward. Hopefully, maybe you can get back, but it looked pretty bad. I don't want to speculate. It's not my place to do that, but hoping for the best for Jared McCann. But yeah, I really think that Cale Makar should get sat down for one game. That was an irresponsible, dangerous target of Jared McCann's head. And that's what they're trying to take out of the game. So show us the example, NHL player safety. Like, if you want these hits out of the game, you have to levy the penalty on the player that just committed it, no matter the number or name on his back. But I'll be super surprised if he gets suspended. All right, guys, that is the stream. Let's look at the 3 stars here before we log out. Thanks for being here. Jordan Eberle, your first star, obviously, with the game winner in overtime. Mikko Rantanen, just unbelievable. 2 goals tonight where he just kind of, wheeled and dealed. That one where he kind of juked Winberg out of his shoes, and then they got that other one, went top shelf, right over the glove on Grew. Not much Grew could do on that one either. And Jaden Schwartz, your 3rd star tonight. I thought Jaden Schwartz was great. He kept getting whacked in the arm. It's like they're targeting that as well because they know he's got issues in those areas. But not surprised from what I've seen from Colorado so far. But yeah, Seattle battling hard. Couldn't be more proud of them tonight. Let's take a look forward here as the series ratchets up just a little bit here. We have a TBD that needs to be removed and replaced with the actual schedule. But Wednesday is that next game in Colorado, 6:30 p.m. West Coast start time. And then on the 28th, that's a Friday. A great day to get up to Climate Pledge Arena and take in a Kraken playoff game. They could be facing elimination. They could be trying to eliminate the defending champs. We'll have to see what happens in that next game on Wednesday, the 26th. But I'll be here for it, you guys. I'll be trying to cover it. Thank you for dropping by the channel again tonight. If you haven't checked out the podcast, please do that. Also, please be sure hit that like button on the stream before you log out. Helps the channel, helps things go over here and grow forward into the future. I appreciate all the support, but that's it. That's the stream. Game 4. Kraken win in overtime. And we're headed back to Denver Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Series is tied. Keep up with me over on Twitter in the meantime. And thanks for being here, you guys. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you on another stream real soon here at Sasquatch NHL. Go Kraken!